Hi, my name is Beebe and I blog at busymissbeebe.blogspot.com, and I've been considering starting a YouTube channel for about a year now. So this is going to be like my test run. I decided to participate in the iteachtoo tag that Too Cool for Middle School did recently because she's one of my favorite YouTube teachers, and I thought this would be a good introduction rather than a typical about me video. So this is going to be like my test run. The first question is, what do you teach and where? I teach in New York State. I won't give my exact location because I want to maintain that as private. And I teach math in high school. So specifically, I'm teaching geometry. And I have grades 9 and 10 in geometry typically. Sometimes I'll have juniors and seniors taking it as well. I have general geometry, which is a course that I created for students that want to learn geometry but don't want to have to worry about a Regents. So that would be for grades 10 through 12, usually students that need a math credit for graduation. And then I also have SAT Prep, which is kind of like an elective math course for juniors. The next question is, how long have you been teaching? So I'm gonna do like kind of a long explanation, but I'm 29 years old. I graduated a semester early in 2008. That was right when the recession hit. So teacher jobs became very scarce at that point. It took me 3.5 years to land a teaching job, and I've just finished my 5th year. The next question is, did you always know that you wanted to be a teacher? And my answer is yes and no. When I was in 1st grade, I started thinking about teaching as a possible career. My friends had a huge chalkboard at their house, so whenever we were at their house, we would always play school, and I just always ended up being the teacher, which was kind of funny and telling when you think about it now. So I considered it at a young age, but I'm also kind of indecisive, so I was thinking about other careers too, like being a scientist or a writer or a photographer. And growing up, my mom would take care of kids from our home, and she'd have 2 kids at a time, and they were little kids, but I just kind of realized I definitely, if I were to be a teacher, would not want to teach elementary school because 2 kids at a time I can kind of handle, but 30 kids at a time, no way. So I started thinking if I were to teach, I'd want to teach older students, like middle or high school, preferably high school, and I was kind of stuck at that point because to teach high school, you have to teach a specific subject and the same subject repeatedly. So I didn't have a subject that I loved. When I was in middle school, I got put into all of the honors classes, but I was in all of the honors classes. So I didn't have this one specific subject that I was great at. It was like I was just good at all of them. When I was in my senior year of high school, I was in the National Honor Society. And one of our services to the school was to provide tutoring. So we had a math teacher come in one day and say that they wanted tutoring for some of their students, and no one was willing to do it. So I'm kind of the person that if no one's going to do it, then I'll step up because it's got to get done. And I had reservations about doing it. I was concerned that I didn't really remember math, that I wouldn't be good at explaining it, but after getting this tutoring experience, I learned that, okay, I kind of am good at math. I am good at explaining it, and that gave me a lot more confidence, which ultimately, in the end, led me to become a math teacher. The next question is, what is your typical teacher outfit of the day? This one's hard for me. This is actually my 5th time trying to film this answer. So, I have like different outfits for different days of the week, kind of. And so starting on Monday, I usually would wear a dress, something just to be a little bit dressier, just so I can start the week on a positive note. Also, my legs are most likely to be shaven on a Monday, just fact. Or maybe I'd be wearing a skirt and a blouse that day. Like a Tuesday, Wednesday typical outfit would be slacks and a blouse and a cardigan or blazer. So I like finding like tank tops and t-shirts that are made out of like a nicer material just so it looks more professional, but is also comfortable at the same time. Like that's my goal. A typical Thursday outfit would be a dress and leggings because it's getting the end of the week and I'm getting tired and I just want to be comfortable. So yeah, leggings and dress are a favorite. And a typical Friday outfit would be like jeans and a school t-shirt And side note, my school actually doesn't even have a dress code, which I guess is kind of crazy. We do have teachers that wear jeans every day. My favorite thing is black jeans because from far away, nobody knows that they're jeans. They think that you're wearing like just another normal pair of dress pants that are black. So black jeans is a favorite. I love to wear boots once the weather gets cooler just because they're so comfortable. And I'm often in heels. I'm kind of breaking away from that a little bit, but at 5'2", it is hard for me to reach the top of my smartboard if I'm not in heels. So heels are a favorite. Next question is, what do you usually bring for lunch? My usual is always changing, but the most recent usual was lean cuisine meals because I was tired. My year was hectic. I didn't have time to really like make something specifically for lunch. If I had leftovers from the night before, I would take that. But in a pinch, frozen meals are fantastic. The next question is, what is one of your favorite books about teaching? And my favorite is Unshakable by Angela Watson. So last year I was burnt out, totally and completely burnt out, totally and completely miserable. And this book, if you read it, it's like a mindset shift for teachers to kind of help combat that and prevent it. So my plan is to actually reread it this summer just to keep it fresh, but it's probably been one of the best books that I've read just because it helps me overall. The next question is, what is one of your favorite teacher movies? And I'm probably going to have the one like weird oddball answer, but my favorite is Kindergarten Cop because it's hilarious and it's just the movie that I most associate with teaching. And I love it, so whatever, don't judge me. The next question is, who was your favorite teacher? So I'm lucky that I have two. The first one is Mr. Brinson. He was my calculus teacher my senior year of high school, and he is the teacher that's really responsible for me being a math teacher today. He made me love math again, he built up my confidence, he made me realize that I was good at it, and he kind of helped push me into my career as a math teacher. My second teacher is Master Sergeant Willard, and he taught the Naval JROTC program, and I was in the program for all 4 years of high school, and he's the teacher that's really responsible for changing me for the better as a person, and everything that I learned from him I use daily, and I just learned so much about life from him, and I mean, I really literally just would not be the person that I am today without him, so I'm very grateful for the both of them. The next question is, who are some of your favorite teacher YouTubers? And I'm going to add to this category bloggers. So I have 3 YouTubers that I adore. The first one is Megan at Too Cool for Middle School. I love her videos specifically because it's like middle school, so it's applicable to high school a lot of the time. And her classroom management videos I think are fantastic. And then the other 2 I kind of lump together in the same category because they're elementary teachers, and I really enjoy watching their videos, partially for entertainment, but also I relate to them because primary or secondary teacher struggles are teacher struggles. Those 2 YouTubers are Bridget at The Lettered Classroom and Michelle at Pocketful of Primary. I really enjoy their videos. For the bloggers, I love Sarah Hagen at Math Equals Love, and she just inspires me to keep trying new things because she's always doing something different in her classes. And my other favorite is Katrina Newell at Mrs. Newell's Math. She's a geometry teacher like me, so I get a lot of resources from her blog, which it seems like there just are not enough geometry teachers out there, sadly. The next question is, what is one of your best classroom management tips? And mine really just comes from a secondary perspective, but it's to earn your students' respect, and to do that, you really need to show them respect. Adolescents are now looking at respect as being a two-way street, which is absolutely correct, and sometimes, because you're the adult, you have to take the lead on forming that respectful relationship. I like to do this by just being fair and honest, and if a student questions anything, I'll stop and say, listen, this is how it is because of A, B, and C, and if they're in a reasonable frame of mind, they always say, okay, yeah, you're right, and that's the end of it. When they're not in a reasonable frame of mind, they're going to be teenagers about it, and then, follow up with a consequence. What else are you going to do? The last question is, what is one reason you decided to become a teacher? So I touched on this before, but I hated math from 8th to 11th grade until I had my teacher in 12th grade that made me love math. When I was in 8th grade, we were accelerated, so we were learning 9th grade math, but we were still expected to take the 8th grade exam. So 7th and 8th grade math gets squished into 1 year for 7th grade. And when we started reviewing for the test, our teacher was telling us that we were supposed to be smart, but we were stupid and we were dumb, and it really broke my confidence, and I'm sure other students as well. And from that point on, I hated math. Having this experience makes me want to teach just because I want to help students that maybe don't feel confident about math or think that they're bad at it or that they can't do it. So those students have become my purpose. So that is my iteachtoo tag. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in seeing more videos from me, I'll have vlogs coming up and anything else that I think would be helpful to teachers. So hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.